Friday night, evening. It's not quite night. I'm a little bit early. I have someplace exciting to be. My grandbabies are coming home from vacation. They've been gone for a week, and I'm meeting them when they get home. So I need some Mimi hugs, so I don't want to miss out on those, and I know you understand, but I still want to show you this awesome card. So I should be on Facebook and YouTube. I'm everywhere. And please leave me a note. Tell me I got it. I see you. Yes. Happy to be here. Something. Just let me know that you're around. And I'm going to show you this fun card. I've got some cool things to remind you about. And we'll chat over the weekend again. I'm sure I'll be back. But for right now, let's check out this fun card. Let me bring you down. Okay. So this is the card. Looks super complicated, looks like really detaily, right? Lots of stuff. I'm going to show you, it's not that bad, okay? All right, so I've pre-cut stuff because I don't want you to watch me grinding the little, hey Susan, the mini embossing machine, but I'm going to tell you it's super simple. All right, so here's the trick. You're going to start with, hey Lana, an 8.5 by 11. You're going to cut it in half. So now you have 5.5 by 8.5. Okay. Score it 4 1/4. Super simple. Hey, Lynn. All right. Then, oh, and before I forget, this card was inspired by another Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. And if I could remember her name, I would be a genius, but I can't. So if you're the one that inspired me to this card, let me know. And say, hey, I did this one. I love it. Linda, hi. Hey, Jeanette. Okay, so this is honestly the trickiest part. This little bendy, foldy thing. All right, I always tell you to use the thick basic white for your card. I'm going to tell you for this one, the regular basic white works better. Okay, so let me show you. You need to make yourself a little cheating folder thingy to help you. You're oh, and all the instructions for this. Hey, Mary Lou. Grammy? Is Grammy your name now? Mary Lou, let me know. I forget what she's calling you. She is adorable. Since we've been here last, Mary Lou is a new Grammy. And I think it's Grammy, but I could be wrong. So Mary Lou, let me know. So it's 2.5 by 3.5. And then you're going to cut that on the diagonal right down the middle. Now that's the part that sounds scary, right? And you think, well, I don't know how to do that. How do I cut down the middle of anything, right? So let me just grab this scrap and I'll show you from here. You're going to take the point. Awesome. Isn't it the best? Oh, I'm so excited for you. She's a new baby granddaughter. And she doesn't like her at all. So you line it up and you can look down through. The Stampin' Up! Trimmer is perfect for this, okay? So point to point, and then you just bring your score thing. Well, actually, you're going to cut this. Just cut it right down. And then you have your little angles, okay? So it's 2.5 by 3 1/4 to get you the right angles. Then you're going to take it and line it up. Any corner, it doesn't matter. You're going to line it right up on the edge. I'm so happy for you. That's wonderful. So, line it up. Again, I'm going to slide it in here, and this time I'm going to line this corner with that corner up here in that little space. Close this down and make sure. Now, it's hard to see. You could use a different color if you're struggling with it. It's close enough, right? I'm okay. Line that up in there. Bring this down. And if this slides out, it's okay because you've got this right where you want it. This time, though, I'm not going to cut anything. I am going to score. And you want to really score this baby. Give it 3 or 4 good ones, and then you're going to flip her over, and you're going to do it again. And you're going to, now you can see the score line in the back, but it's not very sturdy. And you're going to score the back. All right? So there's that. Let me move this out of the way. Let me grab you. So this is what we did. We scored. You're going to use your bone folder and you're gonna make sure this is good and scored. Good and folded, okay? So now you have this. A couple more tricky tricks. Now you're gonna need a 5 1/4 by 4. Remember, this is our Love It Chop It size, right? Yep. And you're gonna line this up with the spacing that you want around your card, okay? Line her up. I'm telling you, once you do this part, it's easy. The first time you're like, what? Flip it over. Now this is where you're gonna take a pen. I feel like I moved mine before I flipped. Get it where you want it. Flip it. And now you can draw right along here, all right? So here's my line. See it? But I'm not gonna cut on that line, because if I did, then it would fit, it would come all the way to the edge here, and that's not what I want. I want it in just a little, all right? So I'm gonna flip her over, and I am gonna go, I'm gonna line it up, and I'm gonna go just a little different. Cut it in just a little bit more. It's not quite a full 1/4 of an inch. It's probably an 1/8, but it's just ever so little. Again, if it's really off, it won't work. But if it's sort of off, it'll be okay. See the difference? Just a little, just a whisper. And that's the tricky part. And then we're done, okay? So then I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna line this up on the front of my card, like so, right? And put my adhesive down. Hope everyone's doing well. I haven't talked to you guys in so long. I've missed you all. A couple exciting things to tell you while I'm working on this. There is a new Stampin' Up! Catalog coming. If you have not already replaced me and you do not have a demonstrator, I would love to be your demonstrator. They're free with an order, or I will send you a PayPal link, and I charge $10 for the catalog, but I send you a $10 coupon with your first order. It helps me with the postage, but really, it's a $10 coupon. So, anywho, if you have not replaced me with a new demonstrator, I know I was gone for a little bit, but I'm back. But if you've not replaced me, then I'd love to be your demonstrator. If you've replaced me, no hard feelings. Please hang out with me though, because I missed you. I understand, I left. My problem. Inside the card, I am gonna stamp, I'm using Celebrate Sunflowers. Love this stamp set, and it's a bundle. This one is using a ton of the dies. I've been using this all week, so if you missed some of the other cards, I'll show you at the end. All right, so I am going to put this sentiment on the inside. Congratulations on reaching a whole new level of wonderful. And I am using Old Olive. And yeah, I thought I was going to do that upside down. I almost did. Flip it, get it right. There we are. Okay. And then one more thing I need to stamp for my card with Old Olive is the sentiment that's going to go on the front. And I'm doing Let's Celebrate You. All right. I want you to be over there. Sorry. And I cut a 1 by 3 1/4 inch piece of white. Hey Mary, hello from Vancouver. And remember, if you go to karamiller.com and click on Classroom, I think it says Classes, at the top in the menu, it will bring you to my classroom, and you will see, oh, we're gonna do that later. Don't put that down yet, sorry, I get excited. You will see a free class that's open right now for enrollment. Jump in that free class, and my PDF is printable with all the instructions on how to do it. The measurements, all the details are in there. The recording goes there after we're done. So you will be able to make this card super simple. First thing you want to do is you want to stamp this incredible sunflower, right? Then you are going to use this die, which fits it, and cut out this one. Okay, so there's one. Then you're going to use this die, which is super detail-y, and you're going to cut out this one. Then you're going to grab some dimensionals, and you're going to scooch those in around the edge where it doesn't show. If you have mini ones, you can use those. Believe it or not, I had to restock a lot of my products, so I got to go shopping again, even better. And you're just going to line this up so the center matches. Now it doesn't coordinate with that die, but don't worry. Have you looked at a real sunflower? They've got tons and layers of petals. And then I'm going to do the top layer too. Same deal. You'll notice that I poked these itty bitty little holes out of the top layer. I didn't take the time to do it out of this one. I didn't need to because it's not going to show. And we're going to go around. Now, I promise you when Mary Lou does this one, she is going to ink it up. Because Mary Lou is my inky friend. And then you're just going to pop this down. So we're building like this crazy dimensional sunflower. And I just kind of pull up this top layer a little bit, right? Then this die, which is the center, I took, and that piece that we cut off right there, this little triangle, I use that to do the center of my sunflower, which is going to get in there with a dimensional. But remember, this is 2 layers high, so I'm going to layer up my dimensionals. I'm going to put 2 here on that little center and pop that in. So it's going to be kind of a lumpy, bumpy card. Might need a little extra postage. All right, so there's that. That is going to go right here, but you want to be careful that you don't extend beyond your envelope. Keep it so it's going to still fit in your envelope. If you're not sure, put your envelope behind it or put a standard card behind it. Here's one right here. You can just pop your card behind there and make sure that you're not getting too carried away with how far you're pushing it out. And I used some tear and tape because I wanted to be sure this dainty little flower was going to stay. And I put it just on one side. Because remember, this doesn't go, I don't want it sticky over here. Okay? So a little tear and tape here. This one is way more steps than our first 2 cards were. Monday night cards are super simple, always. Then Wednesday cards get a little crazy, and Friday cards are way more detail and way more stuff going on. But every week I plan to use one stamp set or one stamp set and bundle. So that goes there. Now I already stuck this down because I got excited. And we're going to tuck you right under here. And I love this designer series papers because it's got lines. Super simple. I can line things up. And then I have my leaf. Now the leaf, I cut 2. I cut this layer and this, and I use designer series paper for both. So there is a stamp, but I didn't need to use it because I used the paper. And it fits right on there, right? And I don't need it to stick completely. I like the detail of it kind of popping. And it's going to get a dimensional. And it's going to tuck under here. Right? So there's that. Now we just have to do our little pop-up on the inside. So this one more stamp. This is this stamp. I kind of used almost everything. It's this stamp. Again, I used Daffodil Delight, but I also, on my sample, I did another layer of designer series paper. I don't know if you can see that. It doesn't really show, so I didn't bother with it for now. You can. You could do 3 or 4 of these and pop them along if you wanted. Right, oops. You could do 3 or 4 along this fold because it's going to be fine. Whoops. It's going to fold right down like that as long as you keep it on this side. Okay? All right, so this one looks a little different than the one in my card, right? I grabbed my favorite coloring. I mean, I love the blends and I love the markers, but watercolor pencils are the simplest way to get involved in coloring if you're not sure about it. They're the least expensive and they really are super easy to work with. So there's 2 different sets of them. They have different colors. This one has more traditionally Real Red, Calypso Coral, Pumpkin Pie, Daffodil Delight, Old Olive, Early Espresso, Melon Mambo, Rich Raspberry, Pacific Point, Bermuda Bay. Some of these are retired now, but they're close to others. And then this has even more. All right, another series. This is 10. This is set number 2. This is set number 1. All right. When you get watercolor pencils, you need the blender pens. They are my fave. All right. So then I just took my Daffodil Delight, and to watercolor pencil, you just lay down some. You don't have to really do fussy, or you just need to lay some color down. You zoom me in a little so you can see. And then I take the blender pen and it picks up the ink and just fills it in, right? So satisfying. When you're done, you want to take this on a piece of scrap paper and you want to wipe it until there's no more color. And then you're good to go. And I did the Old Olive on the leaves right here, filled it all in. You could even add a little Wink of Stella. And again, I went with the tear and tape because I want to be sure this baby stays there. And it's kind of a movable card, all right? So let me pick up my mess here and you can see the whole shebang when I put you down. So this one is gonna go right here. I'll finish coloring. And then when you close her up, there you go, right? And you could definitely do more if you wanted. It's completely up to you. Why is this looking like so angly? My phone's not there. That's better. Okay. Well, awesome, you guys. And thanks for some old friends coming to see us. I missed you all. I'm so excited to be back here. I know, they do blend really, really well. I love them. And I love the reason Stampin' Up! Is my home and my happy place is I am the most matchy person in the world. And everything goes together. Everything matches. I love it. Oh, so if you missed the cards earlier in the week, let me just grab a couple and show you. This was Wednesdays. And again, all of these are in that classroom. That free classroom I told you, KaraMiller.com classes. This one, I think I have 2. I don't have the thing. It holds a gift card in here, but the gift card's gone. Do I have another one? I don't think I do. And then here is Mondays. Super simple, but equally matchy and making me happy. So these are the cards from this week. If you place an order with me this week, a Stampin' Up! Order with me before Sunday night at midnight, you will get pre-cut kits, one of each of these cards in the mail from me as my thank you, ready to put together. Okay? Awesome. Well, everybody, have a wonderful Friday night. I'm going to go do some Mimi hugging, and I will see you all soon.